Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. We're going to go over some headlines today. Let's take a look at the Gateway Pundit. Hunter Biden uses shady dealer with strong ties to China to sell his garbage artwork for up to $500,000 per painting. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. This is a money laundering scheme. It's a way for him to sell his father's office, is what I believe is going on. Because no one just comes out there and just automatically starts selling artwork for $500,000. And it says buyers will be kept confidential. So that goes to add more credence to my theory that this is just a money laundering scheme. The article says, "Tell us you're laundering money without telling us you're laundering money." That's funny. Crackhead turned international bagman turned hipster artist Hunter Biden is working with the shady Soho art deal with strong ties to China to hold an exhibition in New York this fall. I mean, this is blatant. It's obvious what's going on here. According to the New York Post, Soho art dealer Georges Burgess, that's probably not his real name, has strong ties to China and was once arrested for terrorist threats. Wow. Burgess will host a private viewing for Biden in Los Angeles this fall, followed by an exhibition in New York, Burgess told ArtNet. Hunter's artwork will range from $75,000 for works on paper to $500,000 for large-scale paintings. Burgess says sales are always confidential to protect the privacy of the collector. How convenient. Quote, "I don't want from emotion or feeling, which I think are both very inferior," Hunter Biden said of his artwork. "For me, painting is much more about kind of trying to bring forth what is, I think, the universal truth." He's full of so much crap. Hunter Biden still has a stake in the billion-dollar Chinese investment firm. A Chinese state-owned energy company also wired a $5 million loan to Hunter Biden firm through an investment vehicle to the bank account for Hudson West III, which then dispersed the money to Hunter Biden's firm, money laundering basically. On August 8, 2017, $5 million was wired from the CEFC affiliate investment vehicle to the bank account for Hudson West III, which spent the next year transferring $4,700,090, $590,375 direct to Hunter Biden's firm, Owasco, according to Senate documents. How are they getting away with this? This is blatant money laundering. He already been caught with the emails that prove it, and they're still getting away with this crap. This is so messed up. So messed up. And nothing's going to happen. No one's going to go to jail for this. As long as you got a D next to your name, you don't go to jail. Arizona recall effort of Rep. Mark Finchman fails. He can now focus on the Secretary of State race. President Trump to hold Cleveland rally on June 26 will stump for Max Miller, who is challenging pro-impeachment rhino Anthony Gonzalez. Fired FBI official McCabe on congressional baseball shooting by deranged leftists. The FBI still doesn't exactly know what the shooter was up to. I can't believe he's still saying that. Devastating. Rep. Mo Brooks unloads on media hack defending Chinese communists during presser on Fire Fauci Act. Let's see what's this about. It's a video. On Tuesday, Rep. Marjorie Taylor and several lawmakers introduced their Fire Fauci Act in a press conference on Capitol Hill. The legislation will lower Dr. Fauci's pay from $400,000 a year to $0 per year. It's time to cut this megalomaniac loose and then charge him for the mass murder of hundreds of thousands of citizens. During the press conference, a liberal hack compared the Chinese Communist Party to Chinese Americans. How disgusting, especially since thousands of Chinese Americans fled the communist regime and created a new life for themselves in America. And that's when Rep. Mo Brooks tore into the garbage reporter. Let's just go ahead and play the video.
Let's be real clear about something. I'm very disturbed that you would even ask that kind of question. Chinese Americans are not necessarily members of the Chinese Communist Party. Understand that the Communist Chinese Party rejects virtually every provision in what is known as our Bill of Rights. Recognize that the Chinese Communist Party does not believe in the kind of republic that we believe in. And for you to associate the Communist Chinese Party with Chinese Americans, as you have done, I would submit is egregious and wrong. But with respect to bioweapons, Marjorie Taylor Greene asked a really good question. Now, I serve on the House Armed Services Committee and on the Science, Space, and Technology Committee. Ask yourself, America, this question. When we talk about gain of function, let's be a little bit more specific about what we're talking about here. We're talking about a dangerous virus being changed so that it is much more communicable, meaning people are much more likely to get it, and or it becomes much more deadly. Now, why would any country do that with a virus to make it more contagious and make it more deadly, if not for militarization purposes? And if you look at the Communist Chinese Party's background and its relationship with the military, it leads you but to one logical conclusion.
Truth. I mean, I don't understand how these people support the Chinese Communist Party. These people need to be investigated. These reporters that's getting money from China need to be investigated. It's crazy. Let's see where I left off at. Fired FBI official McCabe. Yeah, I went over that one. Jon Stewart causes liberal heads to explode. Let's see what's going on with this one. Boy, was this unexpected and fun. Jon Stewart, former star of The Daily Show, back when it was funny, hooked up Monday night with his old protege, Stephen Colbert. When Stewart was running The Daily Show, he had a liberal bend, but he would also take on liberal hypocrisy. That bit of integrity was on display again last night when the insufferable Stephen Colbert asked his old boss what he thought about the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's his exchange. So I'm gonna see if they got the video of it. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
I think we owe a great debt of gratitude to science. Science has, in many ways, helped ease the suffering of this pandemic, which was more than likely caused by science. And that's kind of all of it. No. Now, listen.
It's coffee. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. What do you mean by? Do you mean like there's a chance that this was created in a lab? There's an investigation.
A chance? Well,
oh my God! Evidence.
I mean, it's pretty much everyone pretty much knows by now that it was created in the lab. And again, we reported on this back in February 2020 that more than likely this was created in the lab. We went over some of the scientists that talked about the makeup of the whole virus, that more than likely was created in the lab, and some social media sites censored us, even though we were one of the first ones to actually report that.
There's a novel respiratory coronavirus overtaking Wuhan, China. What do we do? Oh, you know who we could ask? The Wuhan Novel Respiratory Coronavirus Lab. The disease is the same name as the lab. That's just a little too weird, don't you think? And then they ask those scientists, they're like, how did this... So wait a minute, you work at the Wuhan Respiratory Coronavirus Lab. How did this happen? And they're like, a pangolin kissed a turtle. And you're like, no, the name of your lab. And you look at the name. Look at the name. Let me see your business card. Show me your business card. Oh, I work at the coronavirus lab in Wuhan. Oh, because there's a coronavirus loose in Wuhan. How did that happen? Maybe.
Common sense Common sense. And come to find out, it was no bats actually sold there at the wet market, and the bats was actually 1,000 miles away from Wuhan. So so this whole thing, I mean, I don't believe in coincidences. There's no way that all of a sudden, right where they play with coronavirus happened to leak, happened to come out there. It definitely had to come from that lab, man. You got to be an idiot to believe that it didn't.
A bat flew into the cloaca of a turkey, and then it sneezed into my chili, and now we all have coronavirus. Like, come on. Okay. What about this? Listen to this.
Wait a second.
All right,
John.
Oh my God. There's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think happened? Like, I don't know. Maybe a steam shovel made it with a cocoa bean. Or it's the chocolate factory. Maybe that's it.
That could be.
Common sense, but common sense isn't common nowadays. I mean, I've been saying this for over a year, and getting censored and blasted for it. Now mainstream media is finally on page what I've been saying for over a year, that it leaked from that freaking lab. Let's see. Fired FBI McCabe. Oh yeah, we went over that one. So now let's check out Zero Hedge. Then we'll go across to Just the News and then the Daily Mail. All right, let's see. Zero Hedge. Meanwhile, at San Francisco Walgreens, I wonder what this is talking about. I'm not gonna worry about that. Pennsylvania public schools receive more COVID aid than healthcare providers. Biden refuses to issue Aragon meeting details. I'll let the Turks tell you about it. What? So we got to hear it from the Turks instead of the President of the United States. What kind of mess is that? 9 signs that some of America's long-term trends are starting to become very serious short-term problems. WTI extends gains after biggest crude draw in 5 months. Quote, we can now return to life as we know it. More states move to reopen as U.S. COVID deaths top 600,000. Foreigners dumped the most U.S. stocks since 2019. Wow, they're dumping stock. Bitcoin, black gold, and break-evens bounce as retail sales slump sink stock. I didn't even check my stocks today. I'm going to have to check my stocks. I got Bitcoin, I got Dogecoin, I got all that stuff. Let's see, Just the News. Former CDC Director Redfield cites COVID's rapid spread as one reason he thinks virus started in a lab. Wow, the CDC Director. Let's see what he has to say. Oh yeah, it's the former CDC Director. Former Center for Disease Control and Prevention Director Robert Redfield is explaining why he believes COVID-19 most likely originated from a lab, arguing the unlikelihood of its jumping from a bat to an unknown animal to man and its quick spread. I mean, all you got to do is use common sense and listen to the professionals. You got Nobel Prize winning scientists saying that this had to be created in a lab. If you don't listen to him, who are you going to listen to? Redfield discussed his opinions on the origins of the virus in an interview for Fox News over the weekend with Dr. Mark Siegel, a professor of medicine at the NYU Langone Medical Center and a Fox News contributor. Quote, I said before that I don't think it's biologically plausible that COVID-19 went from a bat to some unknown animal into a man and now had become one of the most infectious viruses, Redfield said. Quote, there's an alternative hypothesis that it went from a bat virus, got into a laboratory, where in the laboratory it was taught, educated, and evolved so that it became a virus that could efficiently transmit human to human. True. I mean, common sense again. Redfield's comments come as many scientists and world leaders reevaluate the so-called lab leak theory, which was widely discredited as a conspiracy theory at the beginning of the pandemic. The theory posits the virus came from a lab in Wuhan, China, not from a bat at a nearby exotic food market. He argued that the way the virus spread to and between humans and its infectivity is not consistent with how other coronaviruses have come into the human species, citing SARS and MERS, which spread at lower rates. Quote, I'm just giving my best opinion as a virologist, the former CDC director said. He also said the scientific community should fully and openly investigate both theories on the origins of the virus. And again, check out the playlist, the coronavirus playlist that we have on the on YouTube here, and you can find that one where we actually go over some of the quotes from the scientists. We actually talk about the Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prize winning scientist. We have some quotes from him, so just check out the playlist where we go into more detail about that. And of course, all my stuff is backed with evidence and facts, and I got receipts. Epstein victim sues multi-million-dollar estate for $500 million after rejecting low offer. And this is another case where I talked about it years ago, and everyone thought I was making this stuff up when I talked about Epstein and I talked about his plane and all this other stuff years ago, before mainstream media got on it, and I was considered a conspiracy theorist. And now this is another mainstream media thing, which goes to show we're right most of the time. So keep sticking with DEMOCREPUBLIX, and check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com too, because I post a bunch of articles on there. I have a bunch of articles on Epstein and his disgusting friends. Americans reach record high of charitable giving in 2020. Employers can retaliate against workers for questioning transgender ideology. UK courts rules. Well, that is the UK. They're it's getting worse and worse over there. Local Fox News TV reporter says parent company muzzling her working with Project Veritas. Oh yeah, did that come out? I think that came out today. I didn't even get a chance to look at it. Let's see. A TV news reporter for a Fox affiliate in Houston says the parent company is muzzling her and that she is sharing secret recordings with the undercover news operation Project Veritas. They do great work. Project Veritas do great work. The reporter, Ivory Hecker, made the on-air announcement Monday when she was supposed to be doing a story about a local heat wave, according to Newsweek. Quote, I want to let you know, the viewers know that Fox Corps has been muzzling me to keep certain information from you, the viewers, said the KRIV reporter, when she was supposed to be doing a story on the local heat wave. Quote, and from what I'm gathering, I am not the only reporter being subjected to this. I am going to be releasing some recordings about what's going on behind the scenes at Fox because it applies to you, the viewers. Just the News on Tuesday morning requested a comment from Fox corporate headquarters. The company had yet to respond to the request before the story was posted. And I can't wait to see what kind of stuff is going on. What are they hiding? What is that local Fox affiliate hiding? I can't wait to find out. Americans reach record high of charitable. We went over that one. Vermont lifts COVID-19 restrictions after vaccinating over 80% of eligible residents. Wow. 80% of the people took the jab. Wow. Rep. Green apologized for invoking Holocaust. We glanced over that yesterday. All right. Let's see. The Daily Mail. HBO series The Gilded Age crew member accused of using Prop 10 bill at store in upstate New York. A prehistoric man lived alongside Neanderthals in Israel, Negev Desert 50,000 years ago. California pastor charged with stealing $100,000 in welfare checks from disabled veteran. That is horrible. That is horrible. I hope he get the book thrown at him. Greenpeace parachutist smashed into spider cam wires above France Germany stadium at Euro 2020 game. Louisiana man charged with shooting dead his wife in 1977 after his alibi recants. Wow. Why now they recant? Colorado school shooter is convicted of murdering hero classmate 18 who ran at him to save his pals. Southwest Airline reports second major system outage in less than 24 hours. What's going on in Southwest? Are they being hacked? 28 inmates attempt to escape Ecuador prison during rival gang riots that left 2 dead. Scientists say culture is suppressing genetics as the driving force for human evolution. Whatever. That's BS. Project Runway's Michael Costello says Chrissy Teigen bullied him so bad he was thinking of suicide. Why is Chrissy Teigen bullying all these people? Not only do she bully teens, and I told people